From the classroom and into the studio and back to the classroom, this is ESL Today, broadcasting from Anne Arundel Community College in Arnold, Maryland. And now, from his studio in the basement of the Science Building, here's Kurt Palchewski. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of ESL Today, where today in our program we will get into the correct usage of can, can't, could, and couldn't. That and a whole lot more right here on ESL Today. All right, welcome back to the program. As I said during the intro, we're going to focus on can, can't, could, and couldn't in terms of the proper usage. But what that really boils down to is pronunciation and understandability. Now, obviously, let's take can and can't to begin with. Can is the affirmative and can't is the negative. The problem is they sound so similar that sometimes it's difficult to distinguish between the two, especially if there is no context to work with, and that's really all you have. For example, if somebody asks you a question and they say, "Can you go to the gym tomorrow?" And the answer might be, "I can," or "I can't." And a lot of times Americans will swallow that T in can't, and it'll sound like "I can," but really what they're saying is "I can't." So again, if somebody asks you, "Can you go to the gym tomorrow?" and you say, "I can," or in the negative, "I can't," you could very slightly distinguish between the two. But if somebody's answering you without putting a yes or no in front of the short three-word answer, it's very difficult to know what they said. So you're going to have to use a follow-up question to confirm. You can go tomorrow? Or you cannot go tomorrow? One of those two will help. But we're going to use this lesson to practice pronunciation of these, as well as do some listening exercises to help you distinguish the difference between can and can't, and could and couldn't. But we're going to focus first on can and can't, since those two are the most difficult to distinguish. All right, let's go to the classroom. I'm going to put some sentences up on the board for you. I'm going to say the sentences. Let's see if you can choose which one I said, can or can't. Here we go. Number 1, the doctor can't speak English. Number 2, my sister can't play the piano. Number 3, you can take a class online. Number 4, teachers with a parking permit can park in the staff-only parking. Number 5, my father can't fly an airplane. All right, how do you think you did with those? Well, let me put the answers up on the board so we can see whether you were correct in choosing can or can't. Take a look. Number 1, can't. Number 2, can't. Number 3, can. Number 4, can. And number 5, can't. All right, how did you do? Were you surprised to see how many you got right or how many you got wrong? Well, if you want to, you can go back and just confirm that you heard what you think you heard. Go back and listen to the sentences one more time. But right now we're going to move on to could and couldn't. And this is the past tense form of can and can't. Could is the affirmative. Couldn't is the negative. Not as much of a problem to distinguish between these two as it is between can and can't, but sometimes it could be an issue. So let's practice a little bit on the pronunciation and we'll do a listening exercise. Well, first, the pronunciation. In the affirmative, past tense, could. Repeat, could. And in the negative, couldn't. Repeat, couldn't. Now, some people will pronounce that D a little bit to make sure they were understood by saying couldn't, couldn't. But others will swallow the D and say couldn't, couldn't. So the problem occurs when you're asking somebody a question and they answer with a short three-word answer, but fail to put a yes or no in front of that answer. For example, if you ask somebody, "Could you meet me at the school tomorrow at 8 a.m.?" their answer might be, "I could," or in the negative, "I couldn't." Okay? You can distinguish the difference if you listen carefully, but some people speak fast and they swallow that D. So the affirmative sounds like this: I could. And the negative sounds similar: I couldn't. I couldn't. It's there, but it's very difficult to distinguish. So again, you only have context to rely on, but if there is no context and no yes or no in front of the short three-word answer, it's very difficult to tell which one they said. So you will have to use a confirmation question such as, did you say you could? And maybe nod your head to get confirmation. Or, did you say you could not meet me tomorrow? Just to be clear. All right, well, again, I'm going to put some sentences up on the board, and I'll give you a choice of could or couldn't, and you tell me whether I said could or couldn't in each one of the following sentences. Take a look. Number 1, I couldn't go to the supermarket yesterday. Number 2, the president couldn't leave the White House for 2 days. Number 3, my uncle could throw a baseball at 90 miles per hour when he was a young man. Number 4, Jasmine couldn't understand me. Number 5, our dog could run like the wind when he was younger. All right, how did you do? Okay? Well, let me put the correct choices up on the board for you so that you can confirm whether you were correct or not. And once again, if you'd like to go back and listen to those sentences, feel free to do so. But let's take a look at the answers. Here they are. Number 1, couldn't. Number 2, couldn't. Number 3, could. Number 4, couldn't. And number 5, could. All right, how did you do on those? Did you get 100%? Well, if you did, congratulations. If not, don't worry about it. We're going to continue practicing right now. This next exercise is going to give you an opportunity to hone your listening skills and also practice distinguishing between can and can't. What I'm going to do is set up a dialogue with you. I will say the first statement, and then I will give you 2 choices for a response to my statement. And your correct response will indicate that you did correctly understand whether I said can or can't in my statement. Here we go. You can't go to lunch with me today. She can play the piano. The boss can't see you today. John can afford to buy a new car. How did you do with those? Do you think you got 100%? Well, let's find out. I'm going to put the correct responses on the board now so that you can see if you were correct in determining whether I said can or can't in my statements. Take a look. Well, there you go. Well, I hope this gave you a little more confidence in yourself in terms of being able to distinguish between can and can't. We're going to practice a little bit more in the future, but for right now, it's time for our health segment. So let's go to our health authority, Dr. Discretion. Hello, Dr. Discretion here. Did you know that a sneeze comes out at approximately 100 miles per hour? So the next time you feel the need to sneeze, would you please do it upwind? Please, I beg you! This is Dr. Discretion saying live healthy and live long. Hello, yes, this is Dr. Discretion. Is the caller on the line?
Hi, this is John.
Yes, John. Go ahead, John. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, you think you're smart and funny. I don't think you're smart or funny at all.
Oh, you don't think I have any intelligence?
No, I don't.
You think I'm an idiot?
Yeah, I do think you're an idiot.
But you are an intelligent person. I see. Well, John, I deal in rationality and common sense.
I've got common sense, too.
Oh, I see. You're an intelligent person and you have common sense as well. Well, congratulations, John. Just how intelligent are you? Have you had an IQ test?
No.
No, you haven't. But you know you're intelligent.
Yes.
Well, let's find out just how intelligent you are. We're going to give you an intelligence test right here on the program. You ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
John, you are driving across the country in your motorhome. You know what a motorhome is, don't you, John?
Mm-hmm.
Good. You're driving across the country, you come to a bridge, and there's a sign on the bridge that says clearance 10 feet 6 inches. And you realize at that moment that your motorhome is 10 feet 8 inches tall. What are you going to do when the only alternative route is 10 miles out of your way? What will you do, John? What will you do?
I guess I'll have to drive out of my way and be a little late.
No, John, you call yourself an intelligent person. All you have to do is let just enough air out of each tire to drop the motorhome 3 inches. Then you can drive under the bridge. After you get to the other side, you take out your air compressor, you'll fill the tires back up, and you're on your way. John, I require the people who call this program to have an IQ of 60 or above. You do not qualify. Please do not ever call me again. This is Dr. Discretion saying live healthy and live long. All right, thank you, Doctor. Well, now it's time to get a check on the weather, so let's go out to Kinsley, Kansas, and talk to our friend Cowboy Kip Karcher, who's on the ranch. Hello, Kip. Are you there?
Hey, Kirk.
So how's it going out there today, Kip?
Well, things are improving. Actually got a little warm this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's been so cold lately. A little bit of warmth was very, very welcome.
So what have you been doing today on the ranch, Kip?
Well, today I lost one of my goats. Had to look for my goat.
You lost a boat? I didn't know you had a boat.
No, goat, not boat.
Oh, a goat. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, how's the weather out there today?
Well, it's supposed to get warmer again tomorrow. I mean, this morning it was so hot.
Okay, how hot was it?
How hot? I saw a bird dipping its worm in nest tea.
Did you say sweet tea?
No, nest tea. You don't listen very well, do you, boy?
No, I guess not. Well, how about giving us a weather report?
Well, winds are out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour. It's about 42 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up to about 44. No chance of snow in sight. However, we do expect a little bit of rain on the ranch tomorrow. We will keep you posted. Check in with me tomorrow. I'll give you another update. This is Cowboy Kip Karcher from Kinsley, Kansas saying so long.
And that's our show for today. I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope that something that you saw during the program today benefited you in some way. I, as well as the rest of the ESL staff, would love to hear from you. Please send your comments and questions to the email address below. And for all of us here at ESL Today, I want to thank you for your support, and I look forward to seeing you again next time right here on ESL Today.